podcast there, you know what I'm saying? Hosted by your boy A Omega there. Just want to let you know we got special guests in the building there. We got your boy Young Swagga in the building there. We got your boy Gabriel Barrio in the house there for sure. What up with y'all, man?
Man, just living.
Nice.
You feel me?
Yeah. How you doing, man?
Take a day at a time, man.
I what's up with you, Barrio?
Just work all the time.
Yeah, that's all we can do out here in the Southwest, man.
Yeah.
You don't work, you don't eat.
Yeah, exactly.
You know what I'm saying?
That's
For
what
sure.
she said.
Yeah,
True.
man.
Facts.
You ain't surviving out in the desert without water and food.
Facts. I ain't lying about that.
No doubt. Man, thank you again for coming through there. You know what I'm saying? I appreciate y'all. You know, Sundays, always a little bit of a hectic time.
Mm-hmm.
Could be watching the basketball finals. Y'all could be doing something else. But thank you again for messing with us.
Paying attention to the highlights.
T.I.O. out the box.
All right. Thank you for having me.
Hey, that's what's up, man. For sure. What up, boy?
1 million streams, Swagga.
Yeah, man.
Woo!
Damn.
Yo, man, oh man.
No small feat by any means. None at all.
At all.
It's crazy, man.
How's it feel?
It feels good, man, to be honest with you, because I've been doing music for a long time, ever since I was basically 16. But I started freestyle when I was 16, but when I turned 18, I started writing and started taking it a little more serious.
Right.
So it's been 8-10 years I've been in it. So what I do, I read a lot, and I just acknowledge that, and just, you know what I'm saying, just run with it.
The structure of actually when you read a lot, you know what I mean, you actually have a lot more of more wordplay to mess around with, because you actually learn form and structure.
Yeah.
As opposed
Most
to
definitely,
just
yeah.
Mimicking, or even, you know what I'm saying, not saying you, but in general, other rappers that will just mimic what they hear.
Yeah.
Kind of run off what they have already figured out in their formula. You know what I mean?
It's like
For
creating your own, coming out from your experiences, and it's amazing, bro. And you did it with a single.
Yeah, actually a single that make me want
That's
to do
amazing,
an EP.
bro. That's amazing,
Make me want to do an EP, because I wasn't gonna do an EP or an album at first, but I was like, since I hit 1 million, I want to see what an EP can do.
Right.
Or what is just a couple 7
Six,
tracks,
seven.
eight.
Yeah.
I won't give them too many, because like I said, people skip through a lot of songs now.
Hey, make a fiend for it, bro.
But if they all hit that same amount of
I
streams,
feel
that's crazy. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
So
I
if
feel
it'd be
you,
7 million streams for an EP, that's insane.
How long has the track been out?
The track been out for like 2 years.
All right. Hey, still, man, that's
Yeah.
a lot. That's
Because I have songs that been out longer than that,
Yeah.
never reached that minimum amount of plays. You
Yeah.
know what I'm saying? But it got a lot to do with just reading a lot, man. Just paying attention to the industry. I feel like the song was go do numbers when I first recorded, because a lot of people telling me it was catchy. And they also loved the cover. So the first time I put the cover on Facebook, I got 400 some likes just for the cover.
Right.
Well, that's branding too, right? I mean, that's part of it. I mean,
Yeah.
you
Probably
gotta-
hustled the shit out of it. A lot of promotion.
Yeah, a lot of promotion too. Also, if you go promote a song, just always make sure it's mastered. That's the thing that because when it's mastered, it can get more plays.
Yeah.
Because that song is really mastered everything. I spend money
And
on
it's
mastering.
all yours legitimately there. I mean, you work with the beat producer that give it to you exclusively, and you own all the rights to it there.
Yeah.
And ain't nobody can come back and say, hey, yo, you owe me something for this and that. No. You actually, you know what I'm saying, you went through the all exclusive beats. You went through all exclusive producers, and you got everything copyrighted and handed over to you.
The person that
straight
made
up.
the beat is Lexi Banks.
Okay. Shout out Lexi Banks.
Woo!
Yeah.
Man.
So we're gonna listen to that track, right?
That's fire.
That's what I
Yeah,
talked about.
It's pretty catchy, but also a lot of people are saying it's not my best work, but I also agree on that, because I have songs that's better than that. But
That's just what catch their. I mean, people word of mouth. That's the strongest kind of promotion you can get to this day. So you actually went the right way. You know what I'm saying? For sure. So man, so I mean, what do people actually have to do to get their streams up? You know what I'm saying?
Just like I said, just make sure you have a good cover for a song.
Mm-hmm.
And the next thing, I always master that song.
Right.
I always pay to master that song. Make sure it's a good beat, a catchy beat. I just also feel like make sure it's a catchy song. You know what I'm saying? And
make sure it sticks in your head. It's
yeah,
repetitive.
most definitely. But like the 80% of the plays came from me like paying for ads and traveling and talking to people.
Right.
So like when you pay for an ad, this is what you want to do. Just say if you're doing a song like a Drake-ish type song, or you're doing an auto-tune type song.
Right.
What you want to do, you can target that location.
For sure there.
When you pay for the ad, they let you can locate people like in a certain area.
Right.
And you also can you can mess with the age.
Right. With the demographic of the people that are looking into it there. Yo, on that note there, let's talk to you, Gabe, man, for sure. What's up, Barrio, man? So what advice would you give to upcoming artists there? You know what I'm saying? To get their streams on receiving royalties and all that, you know what I'm saying?
Swagga has the right idea.
Uh-huh.
The first thing I always tell artists is you gotta be big outside of your own city first.
Right.
Yeah.
Stop trying to fucking preach the choir. Like your friends and family, they don't give a fuck about you until you're famous. Like they really, you think that they're gonna support you, they're gonna buy your album, they'll copy the album for free, you know, they might listen to it. But after that first week, no one's buying it, no one's downloading it. And I guarantee you, all of your close friends, if you check your distribution, your royalties, you're gonna see way less sales than what everybody said was gonna buy.
Yeah.
So until you're somebody outside your own city, you're nobody.
Yeah.
So I always say, I mean, like, he's got a really good idea if you're traveling. Word of mouth is the best way. I mean, I call it
Swagga made a
politics.
mill, right? Swagga had a mill views, you know what I'm saying? Like on the real. So like, you know what I mean? What's the best approach to be on the tip like Swagga, man?
There's a lot of different ways, but definitely the politics parts. I mean, I call it politics because you're out there
You gotta go
shaking
through the
hands
proper
and kissing
channels.
babies. I mean, you're asking everybody to follow you on Facebook, Instagram, Spotify. If you're doing a show,
It's more of a hands-on thing. You got to go out there and put in the footwork, basically.
Yeah. I mean, sometimes you gotta be an aggressive salesperson too. I mean, like you're at a party, you're getting
Just
drink
like you
on.
were
Hey, let
saying.
me show you my track, you know. And then you have someone with a phone. They got an aux and they got the speakers hooked up. While you're pulling up your track, hit follow for them. They might not remember, but you got another fucking follower, and they're gonna hear when you release new music. I mean,
Right.
sometimes it's just aggressive salesmanship. Sometimes it's touring. Sometimes it's getting on the right playlists. I mean, I don't know if you.
Yeah, definitely the right playlist.
If you're on, playlists with a lot of listeners, you're gonna have people just kind of like, who is this? And they're gonna follow you back to your profile, give you a few listens. There's a lot of different things, but I think the politics and the promotion's a big part of it. Geo-targeting ads, really important. It's just really how much you're willing to work for it. I mean, it's not the same old story the way people used to look at it. It's like
It's
like
not. The game changes.
Yeah, it's not it's not the '90s anymore. Hustling outside of like Hastings or Walmart, you're selling hard copies. I mean that's what we grew up doing. We all had to sell $5 CDs and then it's always like the pity buys. The people are like, I got $5. That they're not listening to that shit.
I run to a lot of people.
So tell us about that. You know what I'm saying? I mean, what's like the best marketing strategy that's worked for you? You know what I'm saying? Like I know the internet, but like I mean, you remember the days back in the day when you had the hard copies.
Yeah.
Handing them out, trying to get the donations.
Yeah,
you couldn't even call it sale.
I used to sell CDs when I first came out here, cause like back in Tennessee, I was just like recording a lot of singles. But like when I first touched down in Albuquerque, I had dropped this mixtape called King of the Jungle.
Okay.
So I was selling those like $5 a pop.
Right.
So like a lot of people show support to me, man. Like, a lot of motherfuckers show love. So I just always had the gift of gab with just talking to people.
Yeah. That's a lot of it. I actually would have to say, shout out to y'all, the inspired ones, getting music in all the head shops, all the dispensaries. That's great marketing, man.
Yeah.
I mean, someone's in there, high traffic buildings, locations, and you just tell them, hey, check out this album. I mean, you'll get some residual sales, and even if it's on consignment or whatever your agreements you have worked out with those shops, you're in more places than 99% of the other artists in the city.
Oh, it's hard. Yeah,
So,
yeah.
I mean,
Shout out to
guys-
TOV.
Yeah,
my boy
it's
TOV.
smart. I mean, those are smart moves.
Yeah.
Playlists are smart moves. It's a lot of
Marketing
it's a lot of
strategy, like how you
footwork.
guys are doing marketing strategy.
You can't just record a song and put it out there and just hope
Well, it's
for it
not
to
like
do
the field
something.
like
Yeah,
you
it's
know, like
totally-
Yeah,
back
you have
in
to
the
put
day,
in the work.
yeah.
You
Back in the
gotta
day,
promote this.
People used to do the whole like, if you build it, they will come. Nah, fuck no, they won't.
You gotta build it, you gotta shout it out, you gotta tell them, you gotta say, hey, I'm over here.
You can't get the venue and play and then say, hey, they'll come. Like, oh, no, hell no.
People gotta know, and they gotta wanna know why you're doing what you're doing, and you gotta have a story. That's one of the things I always tell people is, and I'm sure you've got a story that you tell whenever you're selling your album, your tracks. It's like, what's your narrative? You know, what is your story? I mean, everybody's a fucking rapper right now.
Yo,
so,
amen to that. Amen to that.
I mean, and there's a lot of us who have either done it or been on the producing side or the business side or the studio side, and it's cool. I mean, you know, no hate on anybody, but if you're good,
Let's get it.
You're trying to get the money out of it. You gotta have a story to sell. What makes you different? What's your hustle? You know, some people it's like, yo, I came from like the streets, like real like crazy street stories, you know. And then you got some people that came from like the suburbs and shit, and they got a fucking story too. But you gotta have a way to flip it, a way to sell it. You know, like there's the Cubes. Cube was in NWA, but he went from the streets.
Then there's the Eminems.
You know, and then there's Eminem. He came from the trailer. You know, whatever. Like you gotta flip
that's
it.
a story. That's his story.
From the woods to the hood.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
And you gotta have a story. So what's your story? So like, I want to know more about what you're doing.
Like my
You
story.
said you came from Tennessee, right?
Yeah, basically I came from Tennessee, man. Like just growing up in Tennessee, you know what I'm saying? It's kind of like hard out there, man, because a lot of people like crabs and buckets, though. You know what I mean about that?
Oh yeah.
Trying to get out.
Yeah, basically. But like just my story, man. Just growing up, like I always just want to do music. You know what I'm saying? And like I first started off like singing, to be honest with you, like.
Yeah.
And then I started rapping, then I started taking rapping more seriously, so I started doing less singing. But now I'm just trying to mix it up, be versatile with it.
Yeah.
Cause not everybody like to hear the same stuff, you know what I'm saying?
It's hard. It pulls you in both directions. Sometimes you think you can sing to this, and sometimes you want to rap to that.
Yeah.
You know, and it's tough being like
It's
that.
like you're getting pulled in the middle, and you're just like, oh man, I want to be both. So.
Torn in between two worlds there. You know, say me. Originally, I used to be an R&B singer there. You know, I love Genuine, you know, all the old school stuff, you know, H-Town, all that. But then me again there, I'm a Project Pat lover there, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Have all my KOM, you know, DJ Paul, you know what I'm saying? I love everything from the South, you know what I mean? As far as like that, like my hip hop, I love that.
8 Ball.
Oh, wow, cut it down, man. You know, I still got that in the car right now, in the whip. You know, me with casting with it. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, I
They be
miss
like,
MJG. That had some hits though.
So it's a trip there. You know what I mean? Because sometimes this music genre just pulls us in different directions, different approaches. You know what's the, you know, the right time for us there. You know what I'm saying? So into that note. What's up with the royalties? How do people really secure their royalties in this game if they're independent, man?
Just basically what you want to do, like you can go to distribution like companies. You could either go with TuneCore, DistroKid, like CD Baby, etc.
Right.
But some operate differently. Some will take more percentage from you. Like
so I heard CD Baby's a little bit more.
Yeah.
And then like DistroKid, you could pay once for like a full year or something.
Yeah, that's
like
what I
that.
heard about DistroKid, but I never like read about like all the other entities. I jumped straight into TuneCore first.
And that one's just as good as
I like
DistroKid.
TuneCore.
Yeah.
I like when people use TuneCore.
Yeah, I actually use TuneCore, man. I
heard TuneCore gets you a faster way to go to Pandora, is what I heard.
Yeah. I made a pretty good amount of money from like TuneCore. Like Spotify is really where I get all my revenue from. I'm trying to work my way to YouTube and all that. I got paid from Napster. Like, you know what I'm saying?
Oh snap! All right,
Little small platforms.
No, that's cool.
But like out of all of them, like Spotify, man, I really like built the fan base.
That's good.
Spotify, good for you, man.
Yeah.
That's what's up there. You know what I'm saying? Again, shout out there to you again. You know what I'm saying? Shout out there. We got Swagga in the building there. You know what I'm saying? We got your boy Gabriel Barrio up in the building there for sure. It's your boy A Omega there, no doubt. Man, what upcoming advice you got to artists there to try to get their sales up? What do they got to do to secure themselves? Because a lot of these cats are coming up and they blinded in the game. They don't know what it is to take the time out and figure out what they do before they sign a contract.
I have to say one thing. First thing, you just have to be serious.
Yeah.
My bad. I just have to say, well,
No,
that's the first thing I got to say
yeah.
is you just have to be
I
really
actually agree
serious
on that.
about that.
You have to be actually like serious about it. Also, like just passion gotta come from the heart.
Right.
It basically just can't. Like when you doing music, man, you really gotta take it serious. Like my man said, and don't let nothing distract you from that. You know what I'm saying? Not even females, not even like you know what I'm saying. Just like
Everyone's
stay
gonna
focused.
have an opinion.
Yeah.
So don't let one person's opinion change anything that you do, because if it does, then your whole world will crumble down just like in seconds.
It's true.
You know what I mean? Everyone's already against you.
We're going against
The world's already against you when you start. So it might as well just.
But like basically, my advice, man, I just like just find a way. You know what I'm saying? Find a way to get your streams up. But ads is really effective, believe it or not, because I read a lot. You know what I'm saying? I've been reading for years and years, and like I've been doing pretty good.
Stay
like,
woke.
Numbers. Yeah.
Yeah, stay woke there. There's power in words. Read more, folks.
Yeah, just basically just find a way. Just promote yourself as best as you can. I done paid ads for Facebook, like Instagram. Like I have more of a fan base on Instagram because I almost got 18K like followers. It's not a lot compared to what other motherfuckers do. You know what I'm saying? But
that's a solid fan base, man. That's a solid thing.
I'd rather have 18K solid than a mill of fakes. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I know what you're saying.
Robots.
Yeah.
So how do you go about getting your music promoted through ads? And what steps did you take to do that?
Basically, you just gotta go to either Facebook or like Instagram. Just like I pay for them. You know,
like when they say promote this post or
yeah,
whatever like that.
And the only reason you can promote, you have to make a you gotta make a Facebook fan page first.
Right.
If you do not make a Facebook fan page,
then you can't promote.
You can't.
Really?
You can't pay for no ads.
Facebook.
That's true.
Wow.
Yeah. And then once you do that,
Uh-huh.
you make your Instagram account. And then what you want to do, you want to link both of them together when you pay for an ad. They have to be linked together.
And you know what's funny is like
they'll show that ad on Instagram and Facebook at the same time.
And then boom, one payment, and you got them both like that, or do you have to do separate payments?
Sometimes I do separate payments, but you don't have to if you don't want to.
you could just keep putting it into that same.
And then one thing about controlling ads, you can spend how much you want to spend.
Right.
You can spend $1 a day, $3. You can spend $1,000 a day.
See,
So basically, you can make any song go viral if you have enough money for ads.
Yeah,
To be honest.
it's definitely.
So what do you think about that, Mario?
Ads are definitely a part of
Yeah.
strategic marketing campaign. Ads actually have a cool little anecdote. One of the main reasons Drake's last project, what was that, Scorpions?
Okay.
Scorpion,
Yeah. So I mean, one of the main reasons they went platinum is nobody buys albums anymore.
Right.
So for an artist to
That's
hit
why
platinum,
it's
they have to
singles.
get so many more streams.
Yeah.
So it's like
It's like 100 million streams or
Yeah, I
something.
think it's like it's a lot. It's ridiculous.
Yeah.
And so what he did is to also labels are smart the way they do things. So they put ads with a single in it,
Yeah.
with his music in it as an ad, and that counts as a stream.
Yeah, it
But he's
does.
running it as an ad.
Uh-huh.
So some of his streams to go platinum were paid for by himself.
ad.
Yeah.
So
Yeah,
labels
yeah.
do stuff like that all the time. That's how Jay-Z's
that's
444
how they
went
done,
platinum
yeah.
right away.
And you know what's funny to me is like
Is-
the city has like a stigma of like considering that cheating. Like you know what
Well,
I'm saying? Like it's like
You
what?
can
Like
consider it cheating, but major labels do it, and they've been.
No,
doing
Yeah,
it.
labels.
So I think it's fair
So that's why I
game.
say I read a lot. I study the
Ads,
industry. And
fair
that's,
game.
But that's what I also been doing. But at the same time, it's not cheating because
no.
not everybody's gonna like you.
Right.
Because like when
So
you,
if they do decide to like you,
yeah,
they're
because
just
when
like,
people, cause soon as like when you pay for an ad, like just say as soon you pay for an ad, as soon as somebody hop on Instagram, like your shit will pop up and they ain't even following you.
Yeah, but it's
And
there.
that's how
All
you get
day.
more likes. Yeah.
All day.
But like I said, not everybody's gonna like you.
I don't know.
But if
Like,
they
you know what I'm
do,
saying?
then they hit
Yeah,
that follow
that-
button.
yeah,
So that
yeah,
just proves
they do,
that they
yeah.
actually dug it. You know
Yeah.
what I'm saying? So
They interested.
So you can spend a lot of money on ads and still not
the
go
silent
to
tap
replace.
for
It's true.
okay, cool, follow.
So I mean, just because the industry has tricks like that doesn't mean that people
Yeah.
are actually gonna fuck with your music. I mean, they will.
Right.
I mean, that's one of the things that's interesting too. I mean, ads is considered saturation. Like
Yeah.
you're using something to flood someone's area. Basically, like I mean, it's not just the radio anymore the way it used to be.
It's
But
visual.
I mean, you try to do that.
Yeah,
Like,
taking over.
imagine if you're in the car, you don't have an aux cable, and you just listen to the radio, and you listen to the radio and you hear the same song maybe 2-3 times a day on wherever you're driving around. In about a month, you're gonna know all the lyrics to that song,
Yeah.
And even if you started out hating it,
Oversaturation.
you're gonna end up knowing all the
yeah.
lyrics, and you might even start with fuck with it, but you might be like, I'm gonna listen to it at home now. And start putting
And
it
it's
on
bad
Spotify.
when the kids start getting
Yeah.
like that too,
Exactly.
and you're like, this
So-
isn't good music. Like we can do
Mhm.
better than this. There, you know what I'm saying?
So the
Like,
same thing with outside of radio, social media. If your
Mhm.
ads are just running,
Yeah.
there's magic numbers that you can hit.
Mhm.
You discuss all those numbers, and once you hit those, then you definitely have the ability to go viral.
Yeah.
But it's just saturation. Not everybody's doing it. Takes a lot of work.
Yeah, it does. It
Getting your name out
basically
there.
take money to make money, man.
yeah, you gotta have some kind of a little bit of backing.
That's another
there.
advice for like independent artists. Just make sure you got accumulating like money. Make sure you got money coming in for yourself.
Yeah.
Mhm.
You have to treat it like a business. That's my
Yeah.
first piece of advice to any artist. If they are actually trying to do something with it, make money.
Be
off it,
serious.
You have to be you have to be serious the same way that you would about just being serious about your craft.
Or about
be
your
serious
job,
about it being a
your,
business.
your job you're going
Consistent,
to every
Yeah.
day.
being
Same
consistent.
thing, it's like having a
showing
second
up,
job
showing
in a
up,
way.
showing up.
So if you wouldn't open up a business out of the faith of your product, then don't open up a
Don't
business
do
of
it.
being an artist
Yeah.
without
Yeah.
the faith of your product.
Mhm.
Because you got to be your number one fan.
You gonna
Yeah.
rap on
Yeah.
bullshit?
Yeah.
Yeah.
You gonna rap on some bullshit beats?
Well, the thing is that you might record, but if you're doing bad business and you're not treating it like a business, you got money going out and never coming in, or
Yeah.
you're not
There's
spending
no
on the right
return.
thing. If you're not advertising and marketing, like okay, if I open up a coffee shop on the far west side, anybody on the east side ever gonna go? No.
At all.
Now if they hear ads, maybe. Now if they hear ads and see ads on social media, probably. If they see news, ads, and social media
Mhm.
presence, they're definitely gonna go.
And what's new about it? It's different there. It's on and
So,
popping.
But if you
Yeah,
don't
yeah.
put out ads, you don't market yourself, then
Yeah.
you're gonna be like the person who's opening a shop on the end
Yeah.
of the city and know that no one ever goes to.
And you know what happens to that? It gets closed after
Yeah.
a month or so.
Yeah, exactly.
So it's the same thing like your music. It gets closed.
Mm-hmm.
It shuts it down.
You gotta treat it like a business. That's the biggest piece of advice. You gotta be confident to invest in yourself.
Yeah,
Right.
I agree on that.
Mhm.
I always invest, man, cause I invest like monthly, you know.
Life's a risk.
Yeah.
Take it.
Like,
Take
risk
it.
burnout.
That's what's up. That's what's up. You know what I'm saying? Word, folks, word to the wise right there.
Mhm.
This is some wisdom from some wise gentlemen.